How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Land vs. Sea, published by Good Games Publishing. This game plays anywhere between 2 and 4 players, although we've only played the 2-player version. And in the 2-player version, you are either playing as land or as sea, and you are trying to build sections of land or sea in order to gain points. And then you can add some more things on top of it with various little expansions and things like that to make it a little bit more complex. But we're going to take a look at this game and then we're going to come back up and give you guys our thoughts.
In Land vs. Sea, players play as either land or sea, or the cartographer in a 3-player game. Each player plays with 2 double-sided hex tiles containing a mix of land and sea shapes. Each player will take turns, and the first step in the turn is playing a tile. So you can choose either side of your tile and place it out into the landscape, and the landscape has to be continued. It cannot be water on land. It has to be land on land and sea on sea. After playing a tile, you can then use action tiles. If we had played this tile here, this will give you the option to play again or steal depending on which side you use. So the playing again action allows you to play an additional tile, and the steal action allows you to steal one from an opponent player. After using any action tiles, you will then score any land and sea areas that have been completed. A land and sea area is completed when it is enclosed with no open edges of its type. So for instance, this sea area has been completed, no open edges, and then this land area has been completed as well because there's no open edges. Let's say land places this tile and completes their land segment here. So this land will score 1 point per tile, contributing to the land area. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Now let's say sea completes this large sea area. So there's no open edges. So there would be 1 point per tile for the sea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 points for that. And whoever completes the area gets to score bonus points per these icons. So since sea completed this area, they also score these additional 4 points. However, if land had placed this tile, sea would still score 1 point for all their sea tiles, but land would get to score the bonus points. The double-sided volcano whirlpool tile is used when a hole is made in the map, and this hole has to be surrounded by 6 of the same type of edges for it to be placed. After you have finished scoring completed areas, then you can optionally place a waypoint token onto an open tile, which is an additional way to score points. After optionally placing waypoints, then you can replenish your tile. You're going to choose and take a tile from the top of either of the 2 tile stacks to bring your tile count back up to 2 again. Players will be keeping track of their score throughout the game using the scoreboard that comes within the box. The game ends after the last tile is placed onto the map. The player with the most points wins. If scores are tied, then the game ends in a tie. After you have played the basic land vs. sea game, you can then add new scoring options of mountains and coral, and caravans and ships. When a mountain edge of one tile is connected to another tile's mountain edge or edges, land immediately scores 1 point per section in that whole chain of connected mountain sections, as does sea for coral sections chained in the same way. Throughout the game, whoever places a caravan or ship tile adjacent to any other caravan or ship tile immediately scores 2 points. Multiple adjacent tiles with caravans and or ships make trade routes. At the end of the game, check and score each trade route separately for majorities. If there are more caravans than ships, land will scores 1 point per caravan and or ship. If there are more ships than caravans, sea scores 1 point per caravan and or ship. In the back of the rulebook, there are also 3-player rules and 4-player rules if you decide to play with more than 2 players. I like this game. I find this to be a very enjoyable 2-player game. Now, you can't play with 3 and 4 players. 4-player is the team version, and 3-player, I believe someone is like a cartographer. We didn't get a chance to play 3-player, but I've heard some people say they liked the 3-player version as well, but we just didn't play it. So we played a 2-player game, and I really liked it a lot. It was one of those relaxing-ish games, but it's puzzling, and you're back and forth trying to get more points. I mean, what is your overall take on this game?
For me, the puzzliness of this game makes it one that I enjoy. Now, when you start throwing on the added expansions, it adds the layers of complexity that, if you guys know me, kind of starts to throw me a little bit. So I think if we added just the mountain and coral tiles, is that what the expansion was? There was the mountain and coral expansion. That added a little bit of complexity that was still easy to understand. But then we also played it with the mountain and corals and the caravans and ships. It was too much for me, and now I don't know what it's like to play just the caravans and ships. I'm sure you can do that too.
Yeah, we didn't try just caravans and ships.
We didn't.
Which obviously it would be less to think about, but I think you just enjoyed the mountains and coral better and didn't really want to play just the caravans and ships.
It was easier for me to kind of visualize that and see what I wanted to do with it. It was a little more difficult to see the caravans and ships component to me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing with everything. But see, I tend to like more complex, more
because she's
thinky.
Smarter than I am.
No, I just like that. So I enjoyed playing with everything, mountains and coral and caravans and ships. But I also enjoyed playing the version he likes, which is the base game, but then throwing in the variation of the mountains and coral. I really like that too. I like either way, honestly. I really like this game. And it's so much fun when you're done seeing just the landscape out there, just seeing all these big sea segments and all these land segments. Mm-hmm. And I tend to play sea, and so there's a lot more sea segments compared to land. Now, I will say, I feel like this could maybe have been a little bit shorter.
True story.
I feel like this could have been maybe just a little bit shorter. I found maybe when we were about 75% of the way through the game,
it felt like it was dragging.
I felt like both of us were like, okay, we're ready to be done.
Yeah.
But I felt like we had to, finish off the tiles.
In reality, if you wanted to make the game shorter, just take a few of the tiles out.
Yeah, and just hope that it doesn't pull out some of the tiles you might need, I guess.
I guess.
That might be the one negative things I could think of is maybe just speed it up a little bit. I mean, overall, I really enjoyed this game. This is just great. And I love the little artwork on the tiles. I mean, you have like this octopus thing like surrounding a ship, and you have so many different... I don't even know.
And a lot of them are totally random. Like, there's no purpose.
There's like a unicorn out here.
There's no purpose to them in the game. It's literally just there for the aesthetic or the look or whatever they're there for.
And you got like some creature on top of a cat like blowing a horn. Like it's just some bizarre artwork. And it's a small box, and I feel like it's just a great production. One of the other things I really like about this game is once a sea section or a land section gets completed, the land player or the sea player will score those points, but whoever completes it gets to score the bonus points. So I found that really enjoyable to think about being, okay, if he played land a lot, if I completed this land segment, he'll get all these points, but I will get all the bonus points and prevent him from getting the bonus points and the scoring for the tiles.
Which some of the time would make the number of tiles that were there that I would have scored basically a complete wash because she would steal all the bonus points and it would just equal out. So she was mean like that.
So I really like that aspect of this game. I feel like that really makes the game just really good in my opinion. Overall, this is a really positive opinion for us. We both really like this game. I mean, there's just a few things here and there, that and it's not perfect, but we definitely really like this game and definitely recommend this game. If you want to try a nice puzzle game, like I said, we've only played a 2-player, but even as a 2-player game, this is great.
Yep.
One plays land, one plays sea. If you guys are interested in those types of games, puzzle games, check this one out. This is definitely worth checking out. So that is Land vs. Sea, published by Good Games Publishing. Thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.